All right, Coach, we welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Seattle Seahawks and the New York Giants. This is taken at his 4. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention.
And what I'm looking for from him today, the things every quarterback is looking to do. Lead his team to a victory. Doesn't matter whether he's throwing it, running it, handing it off, however he has to do it, as well as exhibiting some leadership, that's what he's trying to accomplish.
He completes it to Tate. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
They go play action here on first down. And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. Picked off by Brad McDougal. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. On second down now, it's Carson.
I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Here's Rashad Penny, first carry for the former San Diego State Aztec. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. Here's Carson. The numbers on the ground for Carson last week. 18 carries, 123 yards, and a touchdown.
And when I watch them operate, I see a unit that's playing with extreme confidence. Offensive line, tight ends, wide receivers. You see a group that wants their number 8 rusher in the league end up being in the top 5 before it's over.
I got it. Patch it. Check 3.
Wilson throwing quickly out to Lockett. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 33. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a give, right side. Carson. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
Let him know. Sponge. No. Check 52. Alert.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
Check right, 54. One left. Watch the run. Gun. Undercut.
They'll run on first down. It's Carson. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain could look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
Check. Watch 54.
Wilson leaves this one with Penny. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8. Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. This is Carson. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the first, right around the 15. 1-yard gains are trending the same result on 1st, 2nd, and 3rd down. 4th down. Here's Wilson. And that is going to be incomplete. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Giants are going to get the football back.
No surprise. They try to throw the ball 4th down, but it gets batted down. They don't pick it up.
Well, a little football 101. When you're going toward that quarterback, you see he's going to start to throw. Get your hands up,
Get
right?
your hands up, affect the play, and then everyone get your hands up. When the ball gets to the receiver, moment of truth, knock it away.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 15.
He's crashing. He's checking.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That's how we do it.
Let's see here, Charles. He was sacked 6 times last week. Now a first-quarter sack. What's going on in his mind?
Well, he's thinking to himself, 5 offensive linemen. I got sacked 6 times last week. Let's start thinking about keeping extra people in. Tight end stays in. If I have a fullback or the running back, they stay in and help me block. Maybe not as many receivers in a pattern. Anything to try and slow down that pass rush.
Throwing, Jones. And a sack. They get to him defensively, but the flag comes in, and I think the D jumped. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
And the penalty makes this a much more manageable 3rd down, 3rd and 2. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. He went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to bring up 4th. Good opening quarter for him. Remember, he had the sack earlier. Now a tackle for loss, another tackle for loss.
He's really making it tough on the play caller, though, isn't he? Because it's one thing to try and adjust when a guy is disrupting your running game. But when he's messing up your passing game as well, they may have to devote at least a second guy to him to try and keep him away from their plays.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Out comes the Seattle offense. We take a peek at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC. Well, we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position number 1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things, but winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
On second down, it's Carson. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. This complete to Lockett. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 yards there and a 1st down for Seattle. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. We're scoreless after 1. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Penny, a 1st down carry. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Penny. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down.
Good job right there. 56 to Mike, boy. 56. Get that quarterback. And 56 to Mike. 56 is to Mike. Here we go. Left pass. Hey, easy, quick.
Here's Wilson. And he's got his man on the out route. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. They'll run with Penny. And he gets the 1st down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. Just enough push up front. He only needed about 6 inches. He didn't get a whole lot more than that.
No, but he made sure he got enough so they didn't have to worry about measuring it or making it even close. Ends up picking up a couple of yards in a situation, as you noted, where he only needed inches.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Green 80. Get ready. Green 80.
Here's the sneak with Wilson. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out.
Boom! Yeah, baby!
Second and goal from the 1. This time Wilson will throw. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose.
Your trip is here, baby! Your trip is here!
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal.
Shit! Hey, 0-0-0. 19. Check, 93's the mic. 93's the mic. Ain't no such thing as a low.
Now it's Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle.
Nice touchdown.
Jacob Hollister, his third touchdown now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. No surprise there, third and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes the score 7-0. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And New York set to take the field. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back.
Let's go, go.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the first down run. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Jones, off play action. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. In for the score as they are now on the board here in the first half. Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point.
When we draw up defenses on the board, we do account for every receiver. But on that particular play, somehow he was wide open, became an easy touchdown pass.
The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Giants defense working their way back onto the field now. And as coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
It's caught. Lockett. Lockett. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. And nothing too crazy there. A quick slant, and then he just had a seam. He found a seam.
And when you hit it on the run like that, and I mean the pass right to the receiver who's already in motion and moving, sometimes he just takes it and runs away from everyone else.
And he ran it into the end zone. And the defense, they've got to adjust there quickly. That's tough on them.
That's really tough because everything was executed well. Ball was out of his hands quickly, into the hands of the receiver, and then he was gone.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken very short. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And New York set to take the field. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 17 yards and a giant first down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Now Jones finds his tight end Ingram. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21, and the return stops at the 39-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
Tyler Lockett trotting onto the field, getting set for this next drive, making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defense, is getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now Rashad Penny. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. Left side complete to Lockett. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. From the 24, Wilson. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. They got to get to the 23 here on third.
Here we go. Alert, alert, alert. Switch. Go.
From the shotgun, Wilson. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Not time enough for a play and then a timeout, you wouldn't think. So with 4 seconds left, they're going for it. 2nd down and goal. Wilson. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. We have hit halftime, an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say you want to get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll run with Penny. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Wilson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
What terrifies defenses when they see slant routes thrown is that the receiver is on the move, and oftentimes he catches it and gets upfield. Does a really nice job rallying to him and stopping him for a minimal gain.
He's checking.
He'll find Metcalf. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. On fourth down, they'll try and run for it. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 10 yards and a Seattle first down. I love those plays. 4th and 1. That's who wants it more, this time the offense.
Yeah, there's a lot of hooting and hollering in there, right? A lot of contact and a lot of collisions as they try and find some space. Who's going to drop their hips, gain leverage, and move the other side backwards? We saw it there for the offense getting it done.
And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
Gotta go, in and out, let's go. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
And he whips that one incomplete there.
Had an open man that time. We ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. And he's got Lockett. And now for him on the season, that is his 80th catch, and the result is a first down.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Watch the shit. Watch the shit.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Now it's Penny. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
They keep it with Penny on first down. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal.
The running game's played a huge part in getting him down to this point on the field. I say stay with it. Keep pounding the football. Keep driving. Keep grinding.
Yeah, even down in the red zone, keep going for it.
No doubt about it. Dance with what brung you.
Here we go, D. All day, defense. All day. All day. Check. 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 14.
Wilson. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now 21-7. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. The Seattle defense getting set to go. Now the interception for them the last time, and that turned into 6 points.
You think during their break they reminded the offense that, hey, we helped you guys out a little bit, right? You know, they want to see if they can do it again for them. They're putting together an entire team game by how they're playing on defense.
So the interception the last drive, what will happen here? It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down.
Just like that.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Give them 18 there, and the Giants have a first down. I don't know if they scripted this drive or they're going off field, but that's 3 plays that are working pretty well.
Yeah, not only that, it's 3 first downs as a result. Might want to think about maybe taking a timeout on defense and trying to regroup because their strategy thus far is simply not working.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. A well-executed 22-yard gain. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Remember, as they try to run the ball down here, Charles, this is the number 2 rush defense in the league.
So do you accept the challenge up front? Do you get your offensive line together, get your tight end in the ball game and say, I don't care that they're number 2. Let's go.
And Ingram's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Evan Ingram, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they had 3 tight ends in on that set.
And these guys are punching really well. I use boxing analogies a lot. A lot of coaches have told me that when you line up to run the football, it's 10 fistfights along the line of scrimmage, right? You've got to win your share. These 3 tight ends, they almost always win their fistfights.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Well, if you like the guys who run the ball, you're enjoying watching this. But the other guys, especially the defense coordinator, trying to figure out an answer on how to slow down the running game, I think maybe starts to call more blitzes because you can call run blitzes in order to try and get more people to the point of attack.
Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter.
Double tight, guys, double tight. We got 3.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now.
Let's go, D. Touch 50, touch 50. Hey, guys, listen.
Penny. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Gotta go, in and out, let's go. Slow down, slow down.
Check 13, check 13.
Hey, 0, 0, 0.
54, right 54.
They'll run it again with Penny. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 10 yards and a Seattle first down.
And that's the type of run that they're looking for, because they'll need to continue to rely on him to move the sticks in this tight game in order to preserve this lead.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. Tackle made that time by Dalvin Tomlinson. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll keep it on the ground. Swift. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
This is Penny. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
That seemed to be linebacking 101 on how to diagnose and stop a run.
And what we're doing nowadays is we're taking those former safeties, those bigger guys, and making them linebackers to utilize their speed. He just made an absolute beeline after he diagnosed that play and ended up making a nice tackle on it.
And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. There's Wilson to throw. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
23 yards on the play.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? It sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now Jones throwing again. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try the right side here with Penny. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now, and here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football, and that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
14. Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic.
Now it's Wilson. That's caught by Hollister. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 1st down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Now it's Penny running right. 10 more there and another 1st down.
Let's go.
I'm assuming they're keeping this football on the ground, right?
I would think so, because you're looking at the clock. That's in your favor. You look at the geography of the field, right? Where you are, that's in your favor as well. Keep it on the ground. Keep pounding. Run that clock down. You got everything working in your direction.
It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Penny will try to punch it in. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And who's got it? The Giants.
All I know, partner, is that with every play call that came in, there was a little discussion about, hey, we can seal this bad boy. We can really put ourselves in a great spot to take total control, and yet they find a way to cough it up.
Yeah, the 2-score game opportunity eludes them, and now a chance for the other side to come back here.
Yeah, that means defense has to go out there.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick, and the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. On the run, it's Penny. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And not what he was hoping for there as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. So now Jones and the Giants down 21-14. Less than 90 seconds to go. They need a touchdown to the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10. They start the drive with Anderson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down. Back to throw. Catch made by Slayton. And he's able to get up here to the 26. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Back to throw. That's complete to Slayton. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. He'll look to throw. Well, I'm no coach, but there's just not time right now for throws that short.
Yeah, sometimes you can't just take what the defense gives you. As Coach Madden liked to say, sometimes you have to take what you want.
Jones now 12 of 17 through the air as he leads his guys up on 1st down. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Golden Tate, his intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Anderson. He's got it on the draw. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Seahawks, they move ever closer to the perfect regular season as they run things to 14-0. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. Meanwhile, for the Giants,